What is CanO Water?
CanO Water, in its simplest form, is an infinitely recyclable alternative to single-use plastic bottles that also happens to be resealable. You can open it and close it.
It started with a trip to Thailand, awareness about the plastic pollution, and it really was just this kind of, coming together. I showed just this design of this product.
It was a conversation that just evolved. So
Right.
I went to Thailand over that Christmas with some friends and just did standard travelling, a few different islands, seeing things, and there was just loads of plastic everywhere, especially on some of the islands where there was no one. There was just a lot of plastic, and it was kind of, why is that here? How does that arrive here when there's no one even on the island?
Yeah.
And why is it not being, recycled or thrown away accordingly?
And what kind of plastic was it?
A lot of it was plastic bottles.
Really?
There was a lot of like milk bottles, fishing nets. There was other rubbish as well that wasn't plastic, but it was just everything, I guess, that the sea was spitting out. But a lot of that was plastic lids, cups, just a lot of things that you wouldn't expect to see somewhere where no one's been. We've had a good journey so far. It hasn't been fun some of the times, but it's been really fun a lot of the times. And I think if we would have known what we were getting ourselves into, we wouldn't have done it. But our naivety and the fact that we, didn't come from a food and beverage background, we got no understanding of the business at that time, led us to believe that we're capable of doing this thing that no one's really ever done before. And it's
we wouldn't allow people to say that it couldn't be done. I mean, there are just so many mistakes that we've made on the way, but I feel like those mistakes have paved the way.
Yeah, totally.
Into where we are now.
It's shaped it to what it is.
Exactly.
I want kids to kind of not really be bogged down with, like, just because they don't. I'm not a scientist, so I can't really help out, or I'm not X, Y, Z, so I can't do this. I kind of want it to have some kind of.
I really tried at school. Like I wasn't like the most well-behaved angel, but I really did try at school. I was diagnosed with ADHD. I found it really hard to concentrate. I was never ever I always wanted to be able to sort of participate and concentrate. I just found it really, really hard. It wasn't like I didn't want it, and I think that a lot of people just don't have that skill of being very, very academic. They just don't. And I think where my learning, and I reckon you'd probably say the same, is probably through business. But I think what surprises most people is that we are three guys that have never done this before.
And also maybe it's just, everyone's on their own path and it's a different timeline.
Yeah.
You weren't interested in learning at school, but then in your adult life you're fascinated and all you do is watch documentaries and listening to David Attenborough, and it's just, that's your path, where someone else just, I don't know, got A+ star whatever in science, English, maths, and that's their path.
Yeah. What is it like working with your friends?
Working with your friends makes it not feel like work. It's like, are you going for lunch on a weekend or you sat in the office? It's just, it all kind of merges into one.
It's very easy to sort of listen. Yeah, I can see it from a band's perspective of how hard it is working with each other. We're all on the same mission, and I think that where we come in is quite, not the academic intelligence side, but as quite intelligent, is that we know how to deal with situations, and I think that we always sort of crawl back into this is for the business. We're all just very passionate people.